Not a lot of people know this, but I'm from the wild east. It's not the wild east of Glasgow where I now live. I'm from the proper wild east. I'm from Bellshill in the Shire. Now, I grew up here as a kid. I've just been in the Bellshill Lithuanian club. I'm not really sure why Bellshill had a Lithuanian club. Did the Lithuanians come here for jobs? Did they come here during World War II? I tried asking the woman about the history of the place, but she didn't know very much about it. So I'm going to do a Paul and Fianna-esque travel video where I drive down. This is Moss End, in the north of Bellshill. Is it north? East of Bellshill. I'll take you down the heights of Bellshill Main Street. For all you Bellshillians. Where else are you getting this type of content, eh? Where are you getting it? Should we talk about anything about Bellshill? Well, when I grew up, Lanarkshire was a coal hub, a transport hub, but its big thing was steel manufacturing. There was a massive steel mill that employed a lot of people in an area called Ravenscraig. In the 1950s, Ravenscraig was taking the best part of 1 million tonnes of iron ore per year into its fiery bills and converting it into iron and steel. It was one of the biggest hot strip mills in Europe, and it was a very profitable enterprise. However, due to Scotland's deindustrialisation, Ravenscraig got closed down, and all the peripheral businesses that depended on it got whacked as well. There's a pipe manufacturing plant called Motherwell Bridge Engineering. They made bridges, pipes. This is us getting into the deepest, darkest Bellshill now. Motherwell Bridge made pipes, bridges, nuclear submarines, nuclear pressure vessels, the heat exchangers for Rolls-Royce PWR2 pressurised water nuclear reactors. Not a lot of people know that. What are you saying, Phil? So the heat exchanger for a Rolls-Royce military nuclear reactor was made in Motherwell? That's exactly what I'm saying. So Ravenscraig closed down, Stuart Lloyd's steelworks, they closed down. When I was a kid, I lived in a thing called a cul-de-sac. It was 3 blocks of 4 houses. In the 1970s, every father in every one of the houses had a job. By the middle of the 1980s, there was 3 dads out of 12 that were still working. The devastation that hit Scotland, and especially places like Lanarkshire, were off the bloody scale. Then all the drugs appeared, alcoholism, these things to me. I know wealthy people that drink a lot, I know wealthy people that take a lot of drugs. They never seem to have the same health issues as people from more impoverished backgrounds. Now, I'm not trying to stigmatise the poor, it's just an observation based on nothing more than my own experience in life. Older drug users and older alcoholics live longer than poor drug users and poor alcoholics. So here we are, this is Bellshill Main Street. It's a thing of dreams. I used to pad these streets when I was a young lad. Let's think about some of Bellshill's luminaries. Where I used to live in a housing estate called Babylon Place. The entire estate was named after socialist type things. With Liberty Road, Community Drive, it was hard back to the times and places when Scotland was a very, very socialist country. So what am I thinking about here? Yeah, I lived in Babylon Place. God knows why we name a street after Babylon, but somebody in their infinite wisdom did. Over the back, when we moved house to where I'm driving towards just now, one of the neighbours over the back of my house used to get her hair done with my mum. Her name was Mrs. Orr, and her daughter Sheena became very famous as Sheena Easton. My baby takes a morning train. She works from 9 to 5 and then so we lived across the back from Sheena Easton's mum. There's another street down here called Busby Street, named after Sir Matt Busby, a famous football player and manager, I think. When I grew up, I'm in the same generation as the guys from, I knew Norman Blake. He went to school with my wife, as did Big Douglas from the BMX Bandits, and who else was there? Sean, I can't remember Sean's second name. He was the year below me at school. He went on to play in another band called the Soup Dragons. And just over the road from where my mum and dad lived, there was a really nice guy. His name's escaping just now, but he played drums in a lot of these bands. He's an absolutely lovely guy. We had no money. The whole place was deindustrialised. It was flooded with drugs, and a lot of our people picked up guitars and managed to make some kind of. They escaped it, you know. So it's good we had that type of musical heritage and history and all this type of thing. And I'm going to finish up here. My wee mammy, Mary. Oh.